French music plays in a grocery store. French wine outsells German wine 5-1. The music switches to German Oompa. Then German wine outsells French. And when you ask the shoppers why they chose what they chose, 86% said the music had nothing to do with it. This is how music influences purchasing decisions, not through persuasion, through priming. And you'll never see it coming. That wine study, published in the Journal of Applied Psychology in 1999, remains the single cleanest demonstration of music-driven purchasing behavior in the literature. The design was elegant: equal shelf space, matched prices, alternating music days. The effect was massive, but the mechanism is what matters more. Music activates cultural associations that made one origin feel more right than the other. This is priming. The music didn't say "buy French," it made French feel obvious to people, and that distinction between suggestion and environmental priming is the entire reason most retailers get this wrong. They think music is decoration, but it's actually architecture. Here's another version of the same mechanism. A study published in Advances in Consumer Research put classical music in a wine store. Customers didn't buy more wine. The same number of bottles sold either way, but they bought significantly more expensive bottles. The classical music shifted the perceived quality of the environment upward, and customers' purchasing decisions followed. They reached for the higher shelf. Now, recent research published in Marketing Letters in 2025 extended this even further. Classical music raised the maximum price people were willing to pay for hedonic products, but only when the music also produced high pleasure. If the classical music felt stuffy or unpleasant, the effect collapsed. The music has to feel good and signal quality, both. The deeper mechanism was mapped by research in psychology and marketing in 1997. Environment shapes emotion, and emotion shapes purchase behavior. This isn't hand-wavy, it's a tested causal chain. Specifically, the emotional state of the shopper mediates the relationship between the store atmosphere and buying behavior. Impulse purchases, for instance, aren't random. They're emotional responses to sensory conditions. A follow-up framework from the Journal of Retailing showed this with actual spending data. The pleasure a customer feels within the first 5 minutes of entering a store predicts how much unplanned spending they'll do. Not what they plan to buy. That didn't change. That's the purchasing decision music is really influencing, not whether somebody buys the thing they came for, whether they buy the 3 things they didn't. But not all music influences decisions equally. Research published in Marketing Letters tested specific combinations of tempo and musical mode on actual retail sales. Slow tempos combined with minor key produced roughly a 12% lift, but switch it into a major key, keep everything else the same, and the tempo effect vanished entirely. The emotional character of the music modulates its commercial power. This means the difference between music that drives purchasing and music that does nothing can come down to a single musical property that most retailers have never heard of. This is why we built Intuned as a generative platform. It's not a playlist tool. Purchase decisions are influenced by specific, measurable musical properties: tempo, mode, cultural associations, emotional valence. You can't reliably control these properties by picking songs off of a streaming service, but you can engineer them. And Intuned generates music with these variables dialed in, so your store's audio is working on purchasing behavior at the level of research that actually matters. Every one of these studies tells a piece of the same story, and I'm breaking it down, all 28 of them, on this channel. Subscribe to get the full picture, and if you want music that's engineered to influence purchasing behavior, not just fill silence, Intuned is free to start. Free tier forever, no credit card. Intuned, ENTUNED.co. The link is in the description.